Hello friends, it's Greg here again on the Blue Feather Ephemera channel. I have an eBay store by the same name where I sell vintage magazine print advertising. And in this video, I'm going to show you some more of those ads from April and May that sold for more than $20. This video is part 2 because when I started recording the first part, I decided to recap the process of selling vintage magazine print ads on eBay, and it got a little bit involved. So rather than make an extra long video, I decided to split it in half. What you're going to see today is a follow-up to that. If you didn't catch the first one, I'll link a card at the top of the page. This one is mostly going to be a review of print ad sales to show you examples of what you can sell on eBay, and there might be some comments or tips thrown in. This is a beautiful ad that we have to start the show with this time, and this ran in a 1941 magazine, and it's for York Refrigeration and Air Conditioning. In the detail of the ad there, it talks about how Navy machinist mates are attending school, like in this picture right here. They're attending a school that's actually located in the York factory, and that way they can learn more about the air conditioning and ventilation systems that keep the air in the submarines comfortable and clean. Now, this is a diesel electric submarine here that you're seeing, and this is about a decade, a little bit more than a decade before the first nuclear powered submarines. But it's a good piece of history here. And in the last video, I talked about how farm tractor guys love their tractor ads. It's also true that submariners love their submarine ads. And so I priced this one up at $28.77. In May, I sold this beautiful 1940 ad for a Cadillac Fleetwood. It describes the car as big, luxurious, and roomy. This sedan comes with a V8 or a V16 engine, and in the detail here, I'm going to zoom in. There's a caption that says the illustrated car, or the one in the photograph, is a touring sedan for 7 passengers, priced at $2,785. Now, I did the inflation comp to see what that price would mean in $2025, and it comes up to right at $60,000 for this beautiful car. Of course, these days they come with a few more bells and whistles. I priced this ad at $23.77. Now, I also want to mention here, because we're doing the recap in these videos, how I ship these out. I use a mailer called a Stay Flat mailer, and I also use a backing board and a plastic sleeve. Now, when I put the ad and the backing board inside the sleeve, it's more rigid inside of the cardboard mailer, and the plastic sleeve protects it from any kind of moisture damage. It also makes it possible for the customer to take it out of the cardboard mailer and set it up on a shelf or a table and lean it up against something for immediate display. And I like for the customer to have that instant gratification. And so that's how I ship these. I've got links to these shipping supplies in the description of this ad. They are not affiliate links. I don't get compensated for any products that I have there. Here's another car ad from May, and this is a 1941 advertisement for a 1941 Lincoln Continental. You see greyhounds on the screen here. Those really appeal to people who are pet owners. Now, greyhounds aren't popular as a pet in general. However, there are some people who adopt greyhounds as rescues from their track work, and those people are passionate about greyhounds. Could be a possible reason why this ad sold. In the last video, I explained that those things that attract buyers I call a vector of interest. So a vector of interest for this advertisement could be the dogs, could be the car. Another thing about the greyhounds here, and we'll zoom in just a little bit. During the Art Deco period, greyhounds were everywhere. They were basically a pet for the eccentric rich folks, and so they got put into all kinds of different art and statuary and imagery from the Art Deco period. And this car also has a little bit of the lines of Art Deco styling. So I love it for that reason. I sold this advertisement for $21.77. Speaking of those vectors of interest that attract people's attention, this one right here, I can probably guess what was on the mind of the person that bought this ad, also from 1941. The advertiser is Gilbert Quality Papers, and it's a company that made all kinds of business paper. Everything from ledgers, and I saw onion skins and carbon copy stuff and all of that. But what they're talking about in this ad is the strength and durability of their cotton fiber paper, their business stationery. Now, is there a collector out there of advertisements for business paper? Well, very, very likely there's a collector of everything. But my bet here, if I had to take a stab at it, I would say that the Raggedy Ann attraction is probably what attracted the buyer. Now, I did a whole video last year about, the title of the video was Why Did They Sell? And we sort of did an analysis of several ads, and we talked about what it might have been that attracted the buyer's attention. And I'm going to link a card at the top of the page here to that video if you're interested in, taking a look at that video. This one here sold for $21.77. Next up is an ad from 1942. This one and the next one, both New York Central System Railroad. Both of them went to the same buyer. These are war year ads, and in this one right here, it says, if you're traveling, here's how you can help us give you a better trip. And now railroads had to focus on efficiency. I mean, always from a profit standpoint, but during the war years, it was vital because in addition to moving passengers, they were moving all kinds of troops and cargo, war supplies of all kinds. And so they suggest to you 6 things that you do to improve the efficiency. Get full information in advance. Don't wait till the last minute to stop in or phone. Buy your ticket immediately. And over here it says purchase round trip tickets, so they can plan ahead, as well in advance. Travel at off-peak periods. Notify the railroad of changed plans as soon as possible, and make your reservation early. All of that helped ensure the efficient flow of railroad traffic during World War II. I sold this ad for $23.77. Right on the heels of that last New York Central System Railroad ad, another one from 1942. These ran in the same magazine during a different month of the year. I charged $23.77 for this one also. And again, it's talking about railroad efficiency during the World War II years. Now, the text of this ad, I think, is fascinating from a historical point of view. So I'm going to zoom in where we can see it a little bit better, and I'm going to read it. And I appreciate that some people, think it's sort of a waste of video time to read everything in an ad, but I just find this compelling. It says, roaring over the still lifelines of America today, loaded from tender to caboose with the sinews of victory, are hundreds of these trains that came from nowhere. Not an extra pound of metal nor an extra foot of lumber went into their construction. For every car and every locomotive was put on the rails by the wartime efficiency of America's shippers. Working with the shippers' advisory boards, the Office of Defense Transportation, the Interstate Commerce Commission, and the railroads, shippers have taken as their war cry. Load 'em full, load 'em fast, unload 'em right now. Every extra pound they pack into a car counts. So does every minute saved, because each 1% gain in the average efficiency of car utilization frees 20,000 freight cars, and every car loaded to capacity keeps precious locomotive power from being wasted on dead weight. If space permitted, we would like to cite by name the thousands of these patriotic shippers whom we know. Today, when every car and locomotive is a vital weapon, when such urgently needed weapons are difficult to add to or even replace, these shippers are doing much to keep the victory traffic rolling. They are proving themselves staunch allies of the railroads, efficient fighters on America's rail transportation front. And so there it just goes into some detail about how the railroads moved freight during World War II. Fascinating history right there. Again, 2377. The sale that you're looking at right now and the one that follows you actually shouldn't be seeing in this video. That's not because it's top secret or anything like that. It's because a little bit over a week ago, I released a bonus topic video talking about non-advertising magazine content that you can sell. When you process a magazine, take it apart, cut out the advertisements, you should be looking for things like this as well. And when I put together all of the ads that I'd sold in the recent period to include in that video, I just missed this one and I missed the next one as well. But here they are. This one sold for $28.77. It's showing bombers of the World War II period. Now, it says this article was titled Bombers and Bombs for Britain. And so because it's talking about our supply of these aircraft to the United Kingdom during World War II, this came from 1940 or 41 before the U.S.'s official entry into the war. I also want to point out here, I'll zoom in a little bit. I want you to look at the quality of the paper. There's discoloration around the edges and also down the center seam. With older paper, you sometimes have condition issues like that, either caused by storage conditions or caused by the quality of the paper that was used. Buyers understand that. You can mention it in the item description that there's some discoloration, but they understand. And of course, they have the images to look at as well, but they understand that there's sometimes some condition issues in a minor way with some of these old ads. At the top of the page, I'm going to include a card with a link to that bonus topic video that I just referenced. And here is the second of those sales that I should have included in that non-advertising content bonus topic video. This is from Holiday Magazine 1960. Now, it's not advertising. However, on this page, you see all kinds of things that you could buy, but this is not sponsored by any of those sellers. We'll zoom in here a little bit. What this is, it says this is what you can buy when you go on vacation in Rome. And all of this is displayed on the Spanish Steps there in Rome. When you look at this little key right here, it shows you the silhouettes of all of the things that you see in the picture right there. Like this purse, for example, over here in the key is number 11, and it says it's a black leather handbag lined with soft leather for $30. And I've mentioned in previous videos that I got my start in reselling with vintage glass and porcelain. Right here you see some of that outstanding beautiful glass from the Murano region, and in the key over here it says that that's number 6, and you can go down and read about that. It says contemporary and traditional glassware from $1.50 to $20. So that's what this is about. And I love the look of this. It's travel ads sell, and Rome is exotic, and she's a pretty girl and all that kind of stuff. This ad had a lot going for it, and that's how I priced it at $23.77. This is the last sale that I have to show you today. Now, I've just confessed that I made a mistake on that bonus topic video, and I did not include these two sales in the consideration of that topic. That means that all of the numbers that I crunched and put on a chart at the end of the video, while they are indicative of how non-advertising sales can contribute to your bottom line, obviously the numbers are a little bit wrong. But since I've been selling on eBay, this ain't the first time I've had to tell somebody that I strive for 100% accuracy. Every now and then I'll get something wrong in a listing, and I'll title it wrong, or I won't change a field that I should change, or something like that. I make mistakes. We're all human, and we'll all make mistakes. But I want you to know that I did, And I also want you to see this as just an example of why you shouldn't be afraid to make a mistake every now and then. I would encourage you, if you find this interesting at all and you think this might be something that you can do, go ahead and list ads, put them up for sale, and if you make a mistake, consider it a learning experience and have fun doing it. I always have fun learning. That's all there is for today. I appreciate your attention, and I hope to talk to you again soon.